What's happening, Star Wars fans? I am DL here with some movie news. So, Star Wars Celebration happened this past weekend, and there's some really big news that came out. There's one specifically that has been making the rounds as far as like movie news and other social media and stuff like that. They actually announcing another movie. Well, actually, no, it's not another movie. It's a film that they talked about a while ago, but there wasn't a lot of details on it. And I'll say this: if this does end up coming into fruition, I think we're going to have something very special. But I can't get myself too excited for this because of the track record we've gotten already with Lucasfilm with announcing films and then end up not working on them anymore because of creative differences or scheduling conflicts and all the other jazz. But since they made a big deal out of this Star Wars Celebration, I decided let's talk about this anyway. So we all remember that Shawn Levy, who directed Deadpool and Wolverine not too long ago, and Free Guy and the Adam Project on Netflix, directed a couple of episodes of Stranger Things, and also directed Real Steel. He has been tapped to make another Star Wars film. And I think they talked about that news like months ago that they were looking at Shawn Levy to do a Star Wars film not too long after Deadpool and Wolverine was released. And now we have official news on what that Star Wars film is. So at Star Wars Celebration, they announced that the official title for Shawn Levy's movie is Star Wars Starfighter. And it's supposed to be releasing May 28th, 2027. So they have a release date. They have a release date. And not only that, Ryan Gosling is set to star in this film. Wow. They got Ryan Gosling to sign on to a Star Wars film. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. There's not a lot of details on what the movie's going to be about. I'm sure people can speculate judged on the title. The only thing that we really know about the film is that it's supposed to take place about 5 years after the Rise of Skywalker, and that's pretty much it. So yeah. Okay, so once again, do I think this is actually going to come out? Not really. Like, I would have to actually see some production. I would actually have to see some behind the scenes stuff. I probably actually have to see a trailer to believe that this movie is actually being made. As much as I love Shawn Levy and I do like Ryan Gosling, like I said, I just don't trust Lucasfilm. I don't trust Kathleen Kennedy right now. Their track record of announcing Star Wars projects, we talked about it before, it's a mess. It's a circus, They're getting these really good creatives over here and like they end up just losing them months later. So, but I'm going to try this time. I'm going to try and be optimistic about it because they seem to be confident in this. But once again, they were confident about Rogue Squadron too. They had Patty Jenkins do that whole trailer thing, getting into the cockpit of an X-wing and all that, and then it ended up happening. So it's like, okay. Anyway, let me focus. So, with it being called Starfighter, I'm guessing it's going to be another, spaceship movie, starship movie. I think it's going to be probably going to take some influences from what they were trying to do with Rogue Squadron. It's going to be like that type of stuff, which I'm up for it actually. That's something in the Star Wars universe they haven't really explored as much. The actual pilots of these spaceships or whatever, actually having them be the main focus of a film. So I think that's cool. Like I said, it may seem very similar to what they were going to do with Rogue Squadron, but I take what I can get. So is Ryan Gosling possibly going to be a main pilot of the film or something? I don't know. Or it could be something else, but I'm sure that he's probably going to be like the main pilot of the film. But I'm up for it. I think it's going to be cool. Ryan Gosling. It's an interesting choice for Star Wars, but a welcome choice. Shawn Levy, I think he's a really good director. I think he will capture the essence of Star Wars pretty well. Definitely add some fun stuff here and there. I'm hoping that since this is going to take place 5 years after the Rise of Skywalker, which is still relatively close in my opinion, I'm hoping they don't try too hard to tie in stuff to the Skywalker saga. Like, I hope it just remains its own thing, like its own story. If there's a couple of minor cameos in here, because that's what I'm expecting, it's fine as long as it doesn't disrupt the storytelling. But, I'm hoping it doesn't tie into bigger events from the Skywalker saga. I'm just hoping that they're able to tell an original story from Star Wars, because that's what we need right now. Like, we don't need anything else to tie into a grander story with the Jedi and all that other stuff right now. So my only thing about, this announcement too, so what's going to happen with the Rey movie? Because are they still working on that, or has that been put on the shelf indefinitely? Because I know that one's supposed to be coming out in a couple of years. Is Starfighter taking the place of the Rey film? I don't know. Once again, it's par for the course when it comes to Lucasfilm. Is this them trying to course correct and get it back on track? And they probably just going to switch around some projects here and there. I don't know. Now, if you're asking me, I'm still personally interested in seeing the Rey film. And then there was the James Mangold First Jedi film and the Taika Waititi Star Wars film. I believe those movies are still in the making, from what they say. Like, I didn't hear them canceling anything, but once again, I don't hear any word on it, so we'll see what happens. But I don't know. It's like I just thought the next film that they were going to be working on is the Rey film, but maybe they're taking more time to work on that. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's pretty much all I gotta say about it, really. Like, I'm up for a movie based on the actual star pilots of the spaceships and stuff like that. Actually making that a main focus, I think that's a good idea. I think Shawn Levy will be a good director for it, and I think Ryan Gosling's a good choice, a surprising choice for a Star Wars movie, but a welcome choice. I just don't believe this film is happening. Not until I see actual production. Like, yeah, they can give me a release date and all that stuff, but I actually need to see people working on the film. I need to see an actual trailer to actually believe this movie is coming out. I'm barely believing that this Mandalorian Grogu movie is going to be coming out, which I'm surprised they didn't actually release a trailer online for that too. Like, what are they waiting for? Like, just release the trailer. I know there's leaked footage online from it, so they should just release that as well. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about it. Looking forward to it if it actually happens. Hopefully it'll get Star Wars back on track if it happens. But yeah, what do you guys think about this news? Are you guys excited for this Star Wars Starfighter movie coming out? Do you think Shawn Levy is a good director to work on a Star Wars project? What do you guys think about Ryan Gosling coming into the Star Wars universe? Do you guys think this movie is actually going to happen? Do you think the other Star Wars movies are going to happen? Do you think this is their way of course correcting, and that's why we're not getting the Rey film after the Mandalorian and Grogu film, or what? Yeah, do you guys think they should release the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer too? Because I want to see that as well. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below.